How dare you lecture the American people? How dare you decide elections for us? Who did you learn that from? Oh, I know. Walter Lippmann and Colonel House. Oh, no, they're heroes. Are they? Have you read all House and Lippmann? Have you read their original words? Or just what was spoon-fed to you in journalism school? Because if you have read all of their words, you know how evil they are, and yet you embrace them. If you haven't read their words, maybe I challenge you to read their words, and then sleep at night, knowing what you are doing. You are either the biggest dope, you are either the most ridiculous, infantile worm, or you're part of it. Because you claim to be so smart, so well educated. So I have to ask you, have you read Walter Lippmann's words? And not again what's been dissected and purged for you and then given to you in a nice little box. Have you done your damn homework? If you haven't, you've been played. Yeah, you're playing on the wrong side. Gee, it's almost like maybe you should pull your head out of your ass. Excuse my language. There's no excuse. There is no excuse for people who are the guardians of the Republic. Have you read the founders? Have you seen your responsibility as a free press? Have you seen it? You may not like me, you may hate my guts, you may hate everything I stand for, but I do not stand for big government. I do not stand for people telling you what to write and what not to write. I do not stand in your way to disagree with me vehemently. I never have. To my dying breath, I never will. I believe in liberty. You have a right to be atheist. You have a right to be devout to God. You have a right to disagree with me and write it every day. But you have a responsibility to defend that liberty. Defend the Republic. Have you done your job? Have you investigated what you really believe and what you've been shoveling as the truth? If you have, and the Republic survives, there might be some questions for you. Because it's criminal what you have done. You have appointed yourself as some sort of, czar. I want you to do your homework. I'll tell you exactly what I would like you to read next, because you, while you have the internet, you are the key. You are the answer. They will not do it. In fact, they will do everything they can to stop you. They have enormous power, and they are not going to let go of it lightly. You make a promise to yourself. Whoever might be on the front lines now, if they cut them down through fear, intimidation, or physical, if they cut them down, 10 must rise up. 10 must rise up to replace them. Don't you ever stop. Don't you ever stop. It is man's freedom and liberty, nothing less, that is at stake. Our sponsor this half hour is Tax Resolution Services. IRS assigns a higher priority to collecting unpaid unemployment taxes than income taxes. So in other words, if you're a small business and you have to spend money to keep the doors open, you can't take that money from the unemployment taxes and apply that and put an IOU in that box. I know the government has taught you that it's okay for them to do it. It's fine for them to do it with your unemployment wages, and it's also fine for them to do it with Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. But you know you're different. And here's the real difference. They have the power to enforce it. They have the power to padlock your front doors, putting you out of business without even obtaining a court order. No other creditor in the world. Currently, not even the President of the United States can do this. Look, payroll problems, it's the worst of the worst, and you got to get it behind you because these people do not screw around. Call Tax Resolution Services today. Number is 866-IRS-PROBLEMS. 866-IRS-PROBLEMS. Call them now or go on to taxresolutionservices.com. They can negotiate a settlement of up to 85% off the original amount owed, plus the penalties and interest if you qualified. Tax Resolution Services, taxresolution.com, 866-IRS-PROBLEMS.
888-727-BECK.
This is the Glenn Beck Program. Glenn Beck.
Okay, here's something that I want you to read tonight. I want you to pick this up and read it tonight. It is at the front page of glennbeck.com. It is, you don't need a weatherman to know which way the wind blows. It was written in 1969. It is important, and tomorrow, Stu, can we go over this tomorrow on the radio? Because I need your help on this. I need you to read it, and print it out. It's free. It's on the internet, glennbeck.com. We'll send it out in the email newsletter as well. And it's not that hard of a read. Well, how long did it take you? You read it in one night, easy.
Oh, yeah.
But I want you to read it, and you just mark it, because you're going to read it. This is their blueprint. You're going to read it, and you're going to say, oh, my gosh, all of this stuff has happened. It is the manifesto from the Weather Underground. And then tomorrow, we will talk about it, and I need your help on it, and I'll explain what I need tomorrow, but I want you to read it tonight. And then in the next couple of days, we're going to go over this as well. This is from 1975. This is the original report from the U.S. Congress on the Weather Underground. And it has fascinating facts in it. Absolutely fascinating. You want to know where we're headed and what is happening and why it is happening. I told you that it was the progressives. We're now moving into the radical phase, the actual Cloward and Piven destroy the system, destroy America phase. If you believed me last time, I beg, go one more step with me here. Read about it, glennbeck.com. We'll meet here tomorrow on it.
It's the Glenn Beck Program. Glenn Beck.
We're pulling the audio here from CNN. We have Sherrod, who was
with the USDA.
USDA, we've just seen the video. We played it for you and talked about it. She was discriminating against white farmers. She was on the drive home yesterday when she received a phone call from someone in the administration in the White House. She has just told this story. We'll get the audio for you. She was told to pull over the car because she had to resign because she's going to be on Glenn Beck, and she needed to resign. And they weren't joking. They were serious.
And she did.
And she resigned.
She resigned.
She just told this story on CNN a few minutes ago. We will bring it to you in just a few seconds. It's great. You know what? White House, believe me, I know more than you think I know. Believe me, I know conversations that happen in the White House. I know who's afraid and who's not. I'm almost like Santa. I know when you're sleeping. I know when you're awake. Good. I'm glad you understand the impact this audience has. You seem to be the only one that takes it seriously.